Guys, I just want to come on here real quick. I'm eating, and yes, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't care. I was taking a walk, and that's what this is going to be about. So if you guys have followed me for a while, you know that I love nature. I love anything, like I love wildlife. Always have, probably always will. And so I took a walk out to the island, specifically actually to go see the Christmas decorations, which apparently they did not put up this year because there's a bunch of debris from Milton, like half a tree laying on the island. But I'm assuming that's the reason anyway. But I did see a lot of birds. So the first ones I'll show you are just some birds I've seen before, but there was babies. So these are the ducks we have here. There's 2 different species of duck. I'm pretty sure one's the mallard. Those didn't have babies, but I'm actually not sure of the other species of ducks. So since I'm going to be talking about species of birds here in a second, let me go look that up. That took a little bit more internet digging than I thought it would because I knew that I'd found these ducks before. But anyway, it's the Muscovy duck. So we have the mallard, which is like the typical duck everybody thinks of, with the male with the green head and then the female brown females. But we also have Muscovy ducks, which are apparently controversial. I can kind of see why, because they are aggressive. But anyway, so these are the 2 ducks. The Muscovies are the ones that had the babies. One of them looked like freshly hatched, like they were teeny tiny, and then the other ones were a lot older. Well, I say a lot older. They looked a lot older. So I'll show you guys the pictures of those little baby ducks. So they're adorable. I was just like, oh, and then I kind of had to back off when Mom started like side-eyeing me. So anyway, so those were cute. And then I started taking pictures of just the typical birds we have around here, which is the crows. Which, why are crows in Florida so big? Like, I swear Florida is the Australia of the United States. Like, we have just the weirdest stuff. But anyway, took a picture of the crows. I'm pretty sure behind it is a white ibis. Let me double check that too, but I'm almost certain that's it. Yep, so the bird I just showed you, that is the American white ibis and the American crow. So if you can see, like, the crow is almost as big as the ibis, and those things are not small. So these ibises, they are like everywhere around here. They, like, in Arkansas, we saw the songbirds, the chickadees, the mourning doves, the cardinals. Here we have the ibises and the crows and the ducks. We also have a lot of hawks. I can't tell you what kind of hawk because most of the time I only see the bottom half of it, but we do have a lot of hawks. I know we have a barred owl that hangs out somewhere back there at certain times of the year, and then I've seen a pileated woodpecker like once, but we don't have a lot of those like songbirds. But so anyway, the crow and the white ibis. But then I saw this bird. I was like, I don't actually know what this is. At first glance, I thought it was a crow. But as I got closer, I was like, that's not a crow. I noticed it when I was in person because of like the iridescent blue on it. But when I went back and looked at my picture of the crow versus this bird, I saw that it had a smaller head, it had a more rounded beak, and just a smaller body. And I was like, that's interesting. That's not a crow. So I went and looked it up, and now I'm forgetting the name. Let me go look. It is a boat-tailed grackle. So I'll show you a picture of the bird here. I honestly think they're beautiful, and they're not like endangered or anything. They're a species of least concern, but like for me, it was really exciting to see out in the wild, if you will, a species that I've never seen before. So I kind of want to do more like a deep dive now into grackles and boat-tailed grackles and learn all about them, because that's what I did with the Muscovy ducks when I first discovered them, because I hadn't seen them before Florida. That's what I did with the white ibis. Like, I just love to do a deep dive on the wildlife that I see in my backyard, and I've always liked birds. They're pretty to me. I would love in Arkansas, we had a bird feeder sitting outside the window, and I would spend time just sitting there recording the birds and then looking them up, and it's fun for me. I was just like, I did a whole deep dive on the barred owl. And I like our little owl friend that comes back every year because they apparently nest in the same place they were born. Not sure if it's a male or female, probably female if it's nesting. And I heard a woodpecker again the other day, but only once did I actually see the pileated woodpecker. So, yeah, I've been going on deep dives lately on like wildlife in general. I went through deep dives of like extinct animals. Like I am, like a lot of people, I am obsessed with the thylacine, but researching the thylacine ended up getting me into like, which by the way, I want to buy myself a thylacine bug next month, but anyway, ended up getting me into like the story of the the woodpecker that went extinct. I'm forgetting the name now. It looks a lot like the pileated woodpecker, and the coyote bird, which is just a really sad story, and like, you know, these kind of lesser known birds, like not as much like the dodo and stuff, but like these birds. I feel like the coyote is pretty well known because we have that whole video with the last surviving species, but yeah, just I find it interesting. I find wildlife fascinating, and so even this little bird that's of least concern, and I'm glad it's of least concern, it's really fun to see. Like, yeah, and you know, we see other things besides birds. I've seen alligators. I haven't seen any in a while, but I've seen alligators. I've seen eastern black racers, snakes, frogs everywhere. The lizards I even did a deep dive on because we see these lizards everywhere, but they are the brown anole lizard, which is actually native to the Florida Keys, but not the Florida mainland. It was brought over, or I guess it had to be brought over. It didn't swim. But then outcompeted the native green anole, which apparently I don't see it. I only see the brown anoles. And so I found that, you know, interesting. And to leave this video off, I will give you a little picture of the little visitor we had for Thanksgiving yesterday. And I hope you enjoyed this little topic about Florida wildlife because I love it.